Cue the music.
You know, I should really work on coming up with some kind of a fancy cinematic beginning to these kind of things, but I'm just not that kind of a guy. I just don't got it. Whatever it is, I ain't got it. I've been working on the old Chevelle here a little bits, here and there. It's time to getting on it. It's time to do some turkey jerking. Turkey turkin? I'm going to jerk this turkey off of the frame is what I'm getting at. It's time to mount the carcass here on the old Titserary. So the doors and fenders have got to come off, and then I got to go underneath there and strip out the body mount bolts, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I haven't done any of that yet, but we're gonna, being me. I have done some other stuff here. Well, I guess if you've seen a video or two of mine, you've seen. I'll show you. So this is where we're at with the little C10. It's getting there. Even got some bolts in it holding it down. But the box is painted and on. Put the back window in. I haven't painted the doors are done. The doors are back over yonder, and so are the fenders. But if I have everything painted, I'm going to go ahead and put them on, and I'm going to screw myself, and I don't want to do that. So I haven't painted the hinges yet because I want to put the heater and stuff in, focus, and over there before I put the doors on, so I'm not dancing around them. But I don't know. Yeah, it's getting there. We're coming. I got a bunch of the other shit that I should not have been doing done, so now I can focus on this guy and on that guy. But everybody's car here, while it's here, gets its own share of complimentary footy prints. So there, and if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. They're there. He's going to get them. He's getting them. Everybody gets them. Oh, you know where they come from? Oh, there she goes. That's one of them. That's a culprit. But, yeah, so I guess, I don't know, you never saw the insides done. It's painted on the inside. It's painted on the outside. It's on the cab. It's mounted to the cab. We're pretty even there. It's going to be nice. Quite nice. Like with the gray stripe in it. It's going to be a nice little truck. And again, like I said, the doors. I got to do the gray around the window frame still. But I'm going to wait until I put the doors on the cab so that I can make sure that my lines line up. And then we'll just scrub up the tops and paint them on the cab. There's no gray on the fenders. Actually, you know, I don't think I showed anybody the doors, did I? Did I do anything on them? I don't think so. They come out pretty good, though. I think they'll be all right. There's one door. There's another door. I'm just showing you the old reflection in the door so you can see it. They're pretty straight. And again, it's just blocked out. And then I finished sanded them with the DA sander with some 320 on it. Then I scruffed them up with some 400. And that's it. That's what we got. In and out. And when I paint them, I bolt them on engine stands. Well, that's what I did with these anyways. But anyways, that's where the C10 action's at. And I got a little bit of dinking around. You can see some tools laying around because I got to take some panels off and then put them back on again to make sure that, you know, you should do it a couple of times to make sure that you're going to be able to get to getting on it. Because if you got to fight with putting a panel on something and then you do a bunch of inner painting and stuff, and then you got to fight that panel some more to put it back on again, that's not a fun fight. I don't like that kind of fighting. So anyways, I got some stuff to do here, I guess. I better figure something out here. Quit standing around and get to work. Leave me alone, would you? I got shit to do. I forgot to hook these up. I mean, whatever. Nobody really gives a fat rat's ass. But anyways, I've been doing stuff. That was yesterday we're from whence we last talked. That was yesterday. This is today now. And I done stuff. As you can tell, some shit's been going on here. And see that? You know what that is? Everyone. No, not everyone broke. That guy didn't break. This front body mount up, it didn't break, but of course the nut spun around and it's in there. So the one that you would prefer to break. Anyways, all the rest broke, which is going to be a pain in the ass because they're inside that floor. And actually, you know, it just struck me. right in the. Oh yeah, you see that, and you see them straps and everything, and you see those. You see all this, and you see that body saw. Anyways, the rear bolts broke. Those guys right there. And you know the worst part about that is over there in that pile is the old titsuary. The titsuary's got a bolt in where them bolts go. So that's going to be a thing because I got to get the bolts out of there, and I'd like to retain the cage nut in there. So I expect what I'm going to do is once we get this up in the air, then maybe I'll get in there with a torch and see if I can heat the nut up, the nizut up in the floor, and then maybe I can get on it with a pair of vice grips onto the nut up in the floor there, the bolt, and then maybe I can spin it out with some heat. There goes Fatty Cakes. It's chilly outside here. Look at her hesitation. Are you going to go, oh, it's cold? Why don't you just have a sit there and look around? So anyways, that's where I'm at to this point. Just but moments ago, that guy hit the floor, and luckily enough, I mean, it's got a whole bunch of gas in it, so that's pretty sweet. Let me take a second here and relay a little point of interest. What's interesting to me, anyways. So a few weeks ago now, went camping, probably for the last time this year. Went with my sister and brother-in-law. Anyways, so while we're out camping out west, I'm in Alberta here. So we're out west, and we weren't in a campground. We were, it's called Crown Land up here. It's land that nobody owns, you know, except, never mind, we're not going to get into native discussions. Anyways, we're out camping, and we wound up, no, we were, never mind, it doesn't matter where we were, for crying out Flavin. I wasn't at home. I had my trailer out, and we was camping. So I don't get any mice here. I live out in the country out here, in a lot of farmland, and I mean, there's a mouse every 7 inches out here. But I don't get them in the trailer at home here. I mean, we clean everything out of the trailer, all the food, all the spice oils. There's nothing in the trailer in between camping. We take everything out of the trailer, and then we go to camp. It just all goes in the bin and right back in again. So we're camping, and the last 2 times in a row that we went camping, got a mouse in the trailer where we're camping at. And we're not going to talk about how to seal them out of there and stuff and whatever. I know they got. I mean, they found a way in and they got in, regardless. And the odd thing about this now is, you get a mouse in your house. It's pretty simple how you get rid of the little bugger, right? You get a trap and you put some peanut butter on it or some whatever of your choosing, and you put it on there, and whop bang, it catches a little rodent, and you get them out of there. So we actually wound up, brother-in-law, they had mice in their trailer, and he just so happened was smart enough to bring some traps. So I put a trap out there, and actually the one night we did get it. And I got up, and it just barely got the little fella by the foot. So I got the trap, and I'm going for the door, and I'm just going to take it outside and get to the door, and the little bugger's trying to get loose, and he's swinging back around, and he looks at me, and I don't know if you've ever seen a deer mouse. So you got the little fat little brown field mice that just, you know, they look like a little potato with ears. But these little deer mice, no, they're cute. They look like a little cartoon. They got these great big eyeballs. They're right on the front of their face staring at you. And they got these big ears, you know, these big round ears. And they're light gray, and they look like a cartoon. You almost want to reach out and just pet the little bugger while he's on there because they're cute. Anyways, so we go through this, and of course there's discussions about it and stuff, and it's not questions, it's not queries, because you know what to do with mice, right? Now the odd thing, now this is, now I've never believed in people's, whatever you call conspiracies, etc., etc. You know, everybody says that they're always watching us, you know, all that kind of shit. Well, it's true, because I have never Googled how to catch a mouse, mice in your RV, nothing. But when we got back, and then, you know, you're doing stuff, you got your phone, because it's your little computer, and you're doing stuff. Everything I do on my phone, and actually, like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on the TV. On YouTube, and in ads, on sites, and whatnot, shit about mice. And on YouTube, it's suggesting videos, and the videos it's suggesting is how to get mice out of your RV, how to keep mice out of your RV. I never Googled it. I never looked it up. It ain't in my phone's memory. I never have Googled it or looked it up because it's mice. You buy a stinking trap and you catch the stinking little mouse. So why, right out of the blue, boop, all of a sudden, Am I getting all these pointers on how to catch mice and how to keep mice out of your RV, out of your trailer? Explain that to me, could you? Because, I mean, ain't no other reason. It didn't come up before I went camping. Go camping and get a mouse, and all of a sudden everybody's trying to help. Is that odd? Is it just me? I don't know. I think they're listening. Sons of bitches, they're listening to us. And it's got to be that. I'm pointing at, I'm not pointing at you. I'm pointing at the square black thing that's pointing at me. It's that guy. So be careful. If you're out somewhere, don't be discussing with people, teenage Ethiopian hookers or anything like that. Because I tell you what, your wife's going to use your phone or your something, and it's going to come up with ads on ointments and medications to handle what you pick up from your aforementioned company. So just cut that out. Oh, come here, you sneaky bugger. I can't believe this thing ain't dribbling because there's quite a bit of gas in here. All right, I'll see you in a minute. So I ain't never tried it like this before. I've done stuff before. I've taken bodies and shit off, but I ain't never, like what I done here, if I'll quit stammering around, I got chains. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe I should show you. It don't matter. I got some chains in here on the floor, and I got them bolted to the seatbelt bolts. And I'm going to try picking it up from the floor, because, I mean, what the hell? I was going to use Mr. Engine Crane, and I was going to pick the front end up. And on the ass end, I was going to jack it up with a jack and numerous pieces of woods and boards and whatnot, and block it up on the frame. And then my intention was to put the old rotisserie onto the back to hold it up, and then pick the front end up with Mr. Engine Crane here, and then slide the frame out. So I was prepping to do that, but then I got to thinking, there's got to be an easier way. So I think, we'll see. I got all the bolts out and stuff. I have up and downed it a couple of times, trying to find a sweet spot, you know what I mean, like for balance wise. So like I said, we got chains in there, and I just have an axle strap hooked to it, and so it's taking the weight up, and that's a good thing, because I'm about an inch from the roof here. Carry on. It's not coming up real square. Almost like something's hanging on to it. Should probably check periodically for hanger-uppers. I tried doing this with the truck box once, and I didn't look close enough. Oh! And it was fighting me on account of they had the exhaust. Oh yeah, you see the stinking e-brake cable is anchored to the floor. On a truck box, they had the bloody exhaust screwed up into a box brace. I didn't look hard enough to see it. Where are you? So I got to get the e-brake cable out of there. I had a look under there, but I didn't catch that. Oh! Just a minute. Yeah, we're pretty clear. Clear. Actually, I'm almost high enough to clear the frame. That'd be something. For some reason, though, It gets pretty teetery when you pick it up with a really low center of gravity, like at the floor. That's what I done there. So it's pretty teetery. So I know from previous experience doing stuff that rather than moving around chains and moving shit around, sometimes you just want to place some ballast here and there. Hey, see how much that changed it? It's kind of funny, really. How about a half a peanut butter jar full of bolts? That's probably just about right. Isn't it? I'd like just a little bit more. How about a dolly and a hunk of iron? It's kind of funny, isn't it? One more? It's pretty sketchy, really. And I ain't talking about a fuzzy cat, neither. All right. If you don't think I'm nervous right now, you're wrong. But it ain't my car, right? All right. I don't know that I got enough room here for my shenanigans. You know, all it takes is for a fly to land on this thing. And she's right out the window. Oh. That was just one fuel line touching another. So like I said, that's the thing with doing this is my center of gravity is so low. I guess I should get a picture of this for old Stan. I take pictures of all this stuff I do. Hey, like when I do a car for somebody, when all's said and done, they get, I don't know, a whole bunch of pictures. I don't know how many. 100, 150, 200, 300. What did I just do with the thing for my camera? Anybody? Where'd it go? What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. It's kind of irrelevant on this one, though. Well, you can have the pictures for keepsake, but the guy that owns this car, he watches all this stuff. So he's watching this right now. Don't worry, I won't drop it. All right, I got to do stuff here. You know, some days even under 5 square feet would make all the difference in the world. She's a butt clincher. See, the thing is with ballots and stuff holding it, if this thing tips a little bit and something slides out of the way, well, then it's everywhere. And I don't want it to be everywhere. I don't want it to be anywhere. I don't want it to be everywhere, that's for damn sure. You know, for as sketchy as all this is, And as much effort as this is here today, you know, the funny part about all this is when my wife gets home, she's going to come in and she's going to say, what's all the shit outside? What's going on around here? And actually, I do need to have that frame moved and out of the way here today because I don't like leaving stuff outside. Mostly just because I don't want it to look like I do stuff here. You know what I mean? So having a bare frame outside, that's no good. It's sketchy. Oh, I don't know if I'd go under there. Oh. What the hell happened there? Why are we so off balance all of a sudden? Don't try this at home, kids. What a bunch. Holy jumpins'. If you ain't doing something sketchy, are you doing anything at all? Right, Fatty Cakes? Casey Fatty Cakes? She's concerned. That should be. Holy jumping jihad. There's been a lot had to go on here. Well, and I mean, I would have had to do some language editing, and there was some stuff that people shouldn't witness going on here. I had to window the back where the body mount bolts snapped off back there. Because on one side, oddly enough, when it snapped off, just as it snapped off, it tore the cage out of the floor too on the inside, and it's in a box channel. So the insert that's in there was just a spinning. So yeah, I had to cut that. I had to cut a couple windows in there and weld some thingamabobs in there to take a bolt. So that was pretty sweet. How to do that? I mean, really, before I could carry on with any, because that's where I got to mount the titserary to the back. But it's on here. I'd love to say that it wasn't as bad as it seemed, but it was worse. How's that? That's the stuff. Oh. So it is first thing in the morning on the next day. Not that it matters, but yesterday was the day. And let me tell you something. That was plenty of up and down and then under and then and in and then out and then up and then under and then in and then over and then down and then up and then in and etc. yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's a bummer. So I have a whole lot of I got shit everywhere in here. And I mean this is what it looks like. It's not shiny, it's not fancy. There's no my tools aren't polished and chrome plated, and there isn't 17 guys huffing around here. This is the way the old cookie bounces. So if you're stupid enough to be doing this kind of stuff and what you're doing looks like this, well, then I think you're probably doing it right. I'm going to do stuff. I've said that about 15 times, but every time I've said it, I've gone and done stuff. So this time I'm the same. I'm going to do stuff. And you know what? If you're still watching to this point, well, I did. You find something to do. I mean, what's the matter with you? Use your time more productively, would you?